Hi, I'm Darren. Welcome to Divided Horizons, and this is my latest video. So yeah, just want to say thank you to Rob for responding to my latest video post that I did, all about customer service. It was very interesting, I'm sure you'll all agree, and definitely I think something we will return to at some point in the near future, because it's actually comical actually to listen to some of the stories that Rob was telling. You know, his experiences regarding banks and airline companies. I even was almost laughing at listening to it, because so much of it resonated with me, and I'm sure it resonates with you guys too. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to a new topic, and it's something that's been in the news a lot lately, well, certainly in the last week or so, here in the UK. And it's regarding something quite interesting. One of our, probably, in fact, our biggest selling newspaper of all time, and certainly it still is, a newspaper called The Sun. And very famously, it's become well known for page 3. And what goes on page 3 is you see a very beautiful lady who is topless, bearing all. And this is something that the Sun's been doing now for the past 4 decades, 40 years. Is it something I agree with? Not particularly, no. It doesn't interest me in any shape or form. I mean, I've seen the Sun for years. Even my family bought it, or even occasionally I've bought it. I still do buy it occasionally. If I'm being honest, I don't take much notice of page 3. Sure, you can't miss it, because it's a full page spread of some topless lady bearing all, so you can't really miss it exactly. But, you know, it's not something I take seriously. And in my personal experience of other lads when I was younger, and men in general, do I think they take it seriously? Not really. Do I think that it in any way makes them think anything less of a woman just because of seeing a topless woman on page 3 every day of the week? Do I think it does? No, I don't. I don't actually think it makes too much difference. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, historically, men have always been interested in women's looks. That's something that's never changed in my life, and from reading the history books, it's always been that way. Men have always found women attractive for how they look. And beauty's always been something to be admired. Perhaps with men, it's often status. Women admire status, and they admire many other things as well, such as the conversation and things like that, whereas men are more turned on by imagery and imagination, and using their imagination. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a bit of a storm in a teacup. I really do think it's been politicised far too much. Most of the mainstream parties are agreeing that page 3 is degrading to women. I'm not saying it is any more than I'm saying it isn't. What I'm saying is I think there's far, far bigger problems, and I'm surprised that the feminists are always banging on about this issue, because, you know, for example, let's look at the music videos that we see on our TV screens every day. Not me, because I don't look at them, because I find most of it quite repulsive. But when you look at how women are portrayed in music videos in the last 20, 30 years, it's nothing short of disgusting and reprehensible. It is that bad. If you don't believe me, check out some of these videos for yourself. Even women themselves that actually do the videos, you know, the artists that are actually behind these videos, everybody from Madonna through to J-Lo, you know, what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Old one that wears the telephone on her head, Lady Gaga, yeah, and Miley Cyrus. There are absolutely numerous examples, and that's women, but obviously men as well. Various male artists depicting women in a very objectionable way indeed. You know, so compared to page 3, I mean, you know, in no way, I don't even think page 3 is soft porn as far as I'm concerned. I really don't. I just see it's a bit of a harmless fun. and not doing anyone too much damage or harm. But for some reason, the feminists and the mainstream media and the media in general and the mainstream parties seem to have made such a big hoo-ha over this. I really think it's much ado about nothing. So I'll hand it over to you now, Rob. I could go on about this subject too, because there's a lot more I have to say about it, but I've summed it up. Doesn't mean anything to me. I think we've got far bigger issues, you know, that the feminists should be banging on about a lot more. And that's where I stand on it. So thanks for tuning in to my latest video. Thanks for tuning in on Divided Horizons, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. And I'll hand it over to you now, Rob. Take care.